EP.2 of the Fleming Deletia podcast. Hey, how's everyone doing out there? Hope everyone's doing well.
Is it recording?
Yeah, last week we had some technical difficulties. Um, yeah,
We're still learning. We're getting better every day,
Yes,
It's like we're in the gym too.
Exactly. Um, Definitely, I'm not using my cell phone anymore. I guess, I guess, I do not recommend the Galaxy A03.
Me neither. I don't recommend it as well. It stops playing when you want it to,
I'm just going to go into a little bit of it. So the first video we recorded was 19 minutes long. We went into our introduction, and we didn't get the whole of that. So, I mean...
We missed parts of that.
So, it's okay. It is what it is. But we had an hour and 30 minutes of, like, good ball talk.
Big debates,
Debates, and it all got wiped.
Yeah.
Very disappointing. But we're trying to stay with the positive energy. And
let's talk about gun allegations and apologies now. Let's start it off.
Let's go right there. Let's go with the John Morant.
Yeah. So yeah, John Morant apologizes about his talks about his suspension on IG Live video appearing to show a gun. So he's going to miss the next 2 games. He put out a statement taking full responsibility in his actions and, apologizes to players, organization, city, all that hoopla. And he's going to go get some help for his well-being. Yeah, I feel like it's supposed to be the coming out of John Morant and the Memphis Grizzlies.
Mm-hmm.
They're one of the top teams in the league, and yeah, he's making a lot of interesting decisions career-wise. Like this gun thing was definitely the biggest so far, but also, Ja was accused of violent and threatening behavior in 2 police reports, including previous unknown allegations that Morant threatened a mall security director. 4 days later, a teenager told the police that Morant punched him repeatedly. So yeah, there's a lot of, negatives.
It's very interesting because do you remember that game where he he gave that little girl his shoes or one of his new shoes because she had her ball stolen, like she had a lot of signatures on it, and
someone stole it.
Yeah, and so I guess it made him feel bad, like, oh wow, and so he took it upon himself to give her what I think it was a pair of shoes and and a new ball.
Yeah.
And so to hear this is kind of
shocking. See, here's the thing. I see there's a lot of players in the league that are fake tough guys. Like LeBron James is probably one of the biggest. He's not a tough guy, He's not a rowdy, angry, person that you can't walk up to in public and whatnot. LeBron seems like a really, really genuinely nice guy, right?
Yeah.
There's a lot of NBA players that are fake tough guys. And John Morant, I know, he definitely has that vibe where he wants to come across as this tough, hard-nosed player, ruthless athleticism, trying to dunk on everyone in sight. It's great to play that way, but he also needs to really watch how his actions are so important now.
You remember that Kevin Durant when Bosch was on the Heat? Kevin Durant and Bosch kind of got into something. Mm-hmm. I believe it was was James Harden on the team? Yeah. I think James Harden tried to dunk on him. And
this was back in the day, OKC days.
Yeah, OKC days, and Durant's like, "Yo, dunk on him," or just kind of hyping his teammate up. And then Bosch, I guess, kind of said a little something to him. Afterwards, in an interview, Kevin Durant called Chris Bosh a fake tough guy. So that's why.
I agree, but also coming from Kevin Durant, who is a fake tough guy, and James Harden, who is a fake tough guy, it's a whole bunch of guys that aren't tough, especially now in 2023 NBA. What actual tough guys?
I guess what
Like
is
who would you say is a
a
tough guy in the NBA right now?
Marcus and
I
Marquise
agree,
Lawrence.
but he got body checked by what Joker,
Jokic.
and he's been out.
Jokic is tough. Jokic ain't
But Jokic is also not a. He's not a guy that's gonna just be a dirty player because of no reason.
Okay, well,
He got Morse is also the dirty player as well. Remember what he was doing to Luka in the bubble in the playoffs, trying to hurt him,
okay, but
trying to get him going.
dirty player and tough guy are they the same thing? For example, is Dennis Rodman a tough guy or is he just a dirty player?
I think he's a tough guy. I think he's a tough guy.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
he's
I
also a
think
dirty
so.
player.
He was a dirty player. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Why would you not? You wouldn't consider Rodman a dirty a
No,
tough guy?
I'm just making this is a question, but like, I can see why. Like Charles Oakley, I guess is like the originator, not the originator, but he's one of like
One of the guys.
those
yeah.
guys are tough. Like you don't want. Like,
Okay. So then here's the thing: Larry Bird. Is he a tough guy? I would consider him a tough guy. Is he a dirty
Like,
player? No.
Is he a
But
tough
he,
guy?
would he try to, you know?
What do you mean by tough though? I mean like tough because like when I think tough, I think Charles Oakley's tough. Larry Bird, I'm not saying he's soft.
Like Larry,
I
if
just
you
think,
look
like,
back
he-
at some YouTube videos, he gets into quite a bit of
I just
quite a bit
think
of
he
fights.
ain't going back down from nobody. That's what I just.
But wouldn't that be a tough
Tough
guy?
guy? That's a good question.
Like, okay, I'll give you an example.
Like, okay.
Do you remember? Hold on. Do you remember when Ron Artest left the Lakers and he signed with the Knicks? His last year or two in the NBA,
I can't remember.
Mr. Meta World Peace.
I can't remember.
Okay, so he went to the Knicks. He was playing bench minutes, like he was way past his prime. And Tyler Hansbrough was on the Raptors. Okay, he was physically imposing, tried to be physically imposing, tried to be a tough guy on the court. Okay, Tyler Hansbrough's what? I think he's a North Carolina player.
Yeah.
Bunch of like accolades in college and all that. And when he came into the league, you could see the skill level. He was way down, so he had to change his game and be more physical and be like a hard-nosed, grit type player, right?
Right.
And he went up for some type of offensive layup or whatever, and someone hits him from behind. Okay, wasn't necessarily dirty, but it was a physical foul. And the camera's on Tyler Hansbrough, so he turns around like he wants to get in the person's face, and he turns around and Ron Artest is behind him. The look on his face switching to, okay, I'm sorry for you fouling me. His face turns so quickly. So he's necessarily a guy who doesn't want to back down and wants to be a physical player. But he saw Ron Artest and essentially
I think that was Garnett.
No, 100% it was Ron Artest. I'm gonna see if I could try to find that.
The video, I think it was Garnett. If I'm not mistaken. Yeah, when he turned back. But I know what video you're talking about. I've seen that. He turned back, he's like, oh, my bad.
Like it's his fault. Actually, yeah, here, hold on. Here, skip the video. But yeah, that's how I would consider Ron Artest is someone you don't want to mess with. Tyler Hansborough's a guy that's a gritty player, but you're not going to fight. He's not going to fight. It's like, do you know how many times people would talk back about the Detroit, the Bad Boys? And only really Isaiah Thomas would be one of the guys that would be fighting. You wouldn't see, are you seeing it?
Yeah, that's good. Oh, my bad.
Like, he fouled him. Oh, my bad. It was my fault that you hit me. I apologize. But yeah, like, that's the difference. That's what I think, like, you have to be a gritty type. Like, it's like Patrick Beverley. Patrick Beverley is a fake tough guy because he's not doing anything. You know, like even guys like Russell Westbrook, he seems like a very tough guy. He's not. A lot of NBA players now are not those.
Though, at least I don't know. At least he tries to like uphold his. Like he goes after everybody. I don't know. At least
I get it,
respect.
but that's the difference though. Like going after him offensively or defensively or physically is not what that means. Like James Johnson, you remember James Johnson?
Yeah.
Two-time Raptor, played for Miami.
Right.
He was a guy that was a tough guy. I think he did a couple of professional fights, I believe. James Johnson.
It's tough. I think. Yeah, but I know he was some type of. I think he was some sort of like martial arts.
Yeah.
Kid. I know Markeith or Marcus, the Norris brothers are, or Morris brothers are.
What like
They actually do like karate or something like that.
he was an undefeated MMA fighter before entering the NBA.
Who? Jim Johnson?
James Johnson, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah.
But yeah, there's certain guys where I feel like I feel 100% John Morant is one. He's in a position now to be the head, the face of the NBA, and his actions are going to essentially kick that out the door. Like Iverson, when he came into the league, a lot of him was pushing for he's like the face of the NBA. But he was never really the face of the NBA. Why?
That gangster stuff.
Because of his actions.
Yeah.
Because of him not being in a position to be trustworthy. You know, like, that's the one thing I would say about LeBron.
He admitted
LeBron, 20 years in the league, not one scandal.
Well, he's a bit. That's why I think people give him the accolades of him being like probably the best businessman.
Oh, for sure.
You know what I'm saying?
But like, great father, great husband, great teammate. Like, there's a lot of things that, you know, like you were saying, Kobe wasn't able to be go his career without any scandals. Shaq was the same. Jordan was the same, especially with the stuff about him gambling and this and that. Maybe his retirement wasn't really a retirement and all that. Like, there's a lot where there was a lot of scandal involved. And Jordan and LeBron, none of that. His biggest scandal, which isn't really a scandal, is him picking Miami. Well, that was the first time you're like, crap.
Well, there was one thing with Cappie Pondexter. Maybe you don't know about this.
No.
But like, she accused LeBron of being was it a pimp or something?
A pimp?
Pimping her out. Pimping, yeah, like some.
Really?
I'm trying to remember. I'll have to look that up.
But yeah, that's the thing. I've never heard of this story before, but
yeah.
You know, I just find like the NBA as a whole is much softer than it was, hell, even 10 years ago. And that's a result of it. People try to act tough, and I love John Morant's game. You know, him constantly going to the rack. He's a short NBA player by NBA standards, but he's super athletic, and he's got that dunking mentality constantly. You know.
Oh, here it is. So, this
isn't proven.
This is just it was an Instagram live, okay, and again, you're right. I guess it's not officially it's nothing in the news.
Like with Kobe's rape allegations, it wasn't rape. He went to court and all that, and he says no, it wasn't rape. It was I was cheating on my wife. So he's still, whether it was true or not true, we're not trying to debate that. But it was a scandal nonetheless that he was in the limelight of the news in a negative way, and he was an NBA superstar at the time.
So Cappie Pondexter accuses LeBron James of stealing her money and trafficking women. That's what it was. So
that's mental. I've never.
But that was on her Instagram live. I saw it. I'm just like, that's very interesting. So
you're like, interesting. Yeah, that is crazy. All right, do you want to go to the next topic?